Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
We're Scott's on the road, so I'm live in the backyard. Scott is in the car.
Yep, we're in the truck, remote. It's a little chilly this morning, about
Oh
28,
yeah, look, I'm wearing a bear jacket. It's 37 right now.
28 in my location.
Oh
So,
man,
but
oh
it's all
that's
right. It's going to be a beautiful day. So,
okay. So, like you read on the notes when you looked at this video, Noah's Ark, and this is new breaking information from scientists. It's not We're not trying to prove Noah's Ark. Scientists have deciphered the world's oldest map etched in a clay tablet about 3,000 years ago, finding it features the location of Noah's Ark among the drawings on the tablet. The Babylonian artifact known as Imago Mundi shows a circular diagram with a writing system that used wedge-shaped symbols to describe the early creation of the world. And what we mean by wedge shape is just like the Sumerian language used like little wedges, tiny little wedges as their alphabet. So it's very similar to this. Researchers at the British Museum where the tablet is housed revealed what they had deciphered last month, but a deeper analysis of their work uncovered the biblical reference within the ancient language.
okay, so I just want to put this disclaimer out here. Some of these words that I'm going to pronounce are probably going to be destroyed. So, um, any biblical scholars out there that hear it, just go with it, man. I'm not trying to make fun or tear up any of these words, but it's going to happen. So the back of the tablet acts like a key describing what a traveler will see on their journey, with one portion that says they must pass through 7 leagues to see something that is thick as a uh, Parsitku vessel. The word Parsitku has been found on other ancient Babylonian tablets, specifically to explain the size of a boat needed to survive the Great Flood, which is what Noah, built that ark for, right?
Yep.
Researchers followed the instructions, finding a path to Urartu, where an ancient Mesopotamian, oh my, poem claims a man and his family landed an ark to preserve life. The location is the Assyrian equivalent to the Ararat, the Hebrew word for the mountain Noah crashed the biblical vessel that was constructed for the same purpose. Makes Noah sound like the Exxon Valdez captain.
He crashed the
Yeah,
ark.
yeah.
Okay.
For those of you who don't remember that was that big oil spill up there in the
Back in the 80s.
off the coast of Alaska. So
Yeah.
it was a
Like
mess. But anyway,
Prince William Sound, I think, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. So, if you're wondering, I do this on purpose to torture Scott with these big words. So, if you're wondering, it is on purpose. Okay.
There you go. Another.
Dr. Irving, Dr. Irving Finkel, not making this name up, Finkel, British Museum curator, said it shows that the story was the same, and of course that one led to the other, but also that from the Babylonian point of view, this was a matter of fact thing. That if you did go on this journey, you would see the remnants of this historical boat. The Imago Mundi has mystified researchers since it was found in 1882 in what is now known as Iraq. That's where Babylon was. The seat of Babylon was in Iraq. The ancient text, written in cuneiform, was only used by the Babylonians who etched astronomical events, future predictions, and a map thought to be the entire known world at the time. At the bottom center of the map sits Mesopotamia, enclosed by a circle representing a bitter river that was believed to surround the entire world. At the time, the world was flat. At that time, so this river went around the entire world and kept us from falling off.
Or we knew that was the border, right? We didn't
Right,
cross the river. So
right. That's what we
so
knew back
and,
then.
and from what we talked about a while back, right? We've still got
Flat
some
earthers.
flat earthers out there. So yeah. So anyway, beware the river. Okay, so the tablet has since been damaged, but once featured 8 triangles that researchers determined signified mountains that match descriptions on the back. Number 4 says to the fourth, to which you must travel 7 leagues. Dr. Finkel said in a YouTube video. So you can go catch that video on YouTube. That's cool.
Must
So
be
hey, if
true.
it's on YouTube, it must be true, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, so I believe a lot of this stuff, but you got to be careful. He continued to explain that the passage continues to explain how a sojourner will eventually come upon a giant vessel. This Parsitu measurement is something to an Assyriologist, which makes their ears prick, and the fact that it's only once otherwise known from cuneiform tablets, and it's rather an interesting cuneiform tablet too, according to Dr. Finkel.
Okay, so quote, he says, because it is the description of the ark which was built, theoretically, by the Babylonian version of Noah. The Babylonian version of the story says the god Ea sent a flood that wiped out all of humanity except for Utnapishtim and his family, who built an ark on the command of the god and filled it with animals. Okay, so this fellow is our man Noah,
Correct.
Utnapishtim. Okay, in this account, the details are given, and the god says, "You have to do this and this and this." Said the Babylonian Noah says, "I did this, this, and this. I've done it, and I made these structures as thick Parsiktu vessel." Dr. Finkel said.
Okay. So the Gilgamesh flood story is known from clay tablets that date back around 3,000 years. So the biblical flood was about 5,000 years ago. Dr. Finkel explained that anyone who traveled the path to Urartu would theoretically see the wooden ribs of the vessel on the mountain, like the one in the Bible. The Bible claims that the ark settled on the mountains of Ararat in Turkey following a 150-day flood that drowned the earth and every living thing on it that was not housed inside the wooden ship. And the mountain in question features a peak that matches the shape and dimensions of Noah's Ark. The vessel was said to measure 300 cubits, 50 cubits by 30 cubits, so which translates to about 515 feet long, 86 feet wide, 52 feet high. For comparison, the largest modern cruise ships like Royal Caribbean's Allure and Oasis are 1,118 feet long, 115 feet wide, essentially 2 Noah's Arks. And we're down with this, right? We believe this stuff because I mean the Lord uses water and ships in a lot of His commands and stories for the prophets to take care of business, and they do it, because they're communicating with the Lord.
They're obedient to the Lord. The Lord would not give a command that cannot be fulfilled.
Correct.
Yeah. And Jonah swallowed in the whale, delivered to Nineveh, to the shores.
Nephi building a ship.
Yep.
The Americas.
Yep. The Jaredites building barges. Yeah.
Yep. Built. Tight as a dish. So this is not an uncommon thing. So.
Okay, here's the caveat paragraph. The idea that the ark landed on Ararat has been surrounded by controversy, as some scientists claim the formation was formed by nature and others are sure it came from a higher power. So if you go to Google Earth and you type in Noah's Ark, it'll take you to Turkey, and then there's Noah's Ark National Park, and there's Noah's Ark, the actual what they think is where it landed, and you can see this where it is. There's these cliffs which are supposed to be the ribs of the ship. Yeah,
the ship.
They look like cliffs, but they're the ribs. So of the vessel. And also, you could Google where they built Noah's Ark in Tennessee, I think it is, or Kentucky, and that's a pretty fascinating thing there too.
Oh, you mean a model of it, a
A
replica?
model, yeah,
Yeah.
a replica fit the cubits, 300 by 50, I think, cubits, whatever. Yeah. So a team of experts led by Istanbul Technical University has been excavating the mountain for years, revealing in 2023 that they found clay, marine materials, and seafood that place humans at the scene between 3,000 and 5,000 years ago. However, Dr. Andrew Snelling, a young Earth creationist with a PhD from the University of Sydney, had previously said that Mount Ararat could not be the Ark's location because the mountain did not form until after the floodwaters receded. Although I don't know how you could say that. I mean, these mountains formed millions of years ago, so not sure how you could say that. Although considered a historical event, most scholars and archaeologists do not believe in literally interpreting the Ark story, but we do.
Yeah.
We know God works in mysterious ways, and this is one of the ways that He worked in.
Yeah, and I mean, we know through God anything's possible. So
Yeah.
it's
His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts.
Right. Yep. And there, and if there was this flood, which we just kind of talked about, if I'm not mistaken, we just talked about 2 accounts, right?
Yeah, Gilgamesh and on this tablet. Yep.
Right. So obviously the flood was
and the Bible. So that's 3 accounts.
Yeah.
And we know from Book of Mormon they reference that the Tower of Babel. So 4 accounts. So it happened.
Yeah. So and how did life go on afterwards? Unless these people were actually obedient and got on this ark, this ship, and follow God's command. So
yeah.
Anyway, fascinating.
Soon
we all know that soon we will be able to commune with the Lord and find out these answers for ourselves. So
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll be talking to you tomorrow. Halloween is tomorrow, so Scott's gonna dress up. I think I'm gonna dress up too.
Well, I may change my color hat, but it'll be a backyard. It'll be backyard tomorrow together in Apple Valley. So
change your hat. Okay.
I have an orange hat to wear. All right. Everybody have a good day. Take care.
All right. We'll see you.
Thanks.